Hi everyone, I'm here now with Kim Panella at CityArts Factory's Redefined Gallery. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm excited to be here because we are looking at some really cool artwork here. This is a first for me. I've never covered calligraphy here at Third Thursday, so I'm really fascinated in knowing a little more about your work here. Could you tell us about the work that you brought?
Okay, well, I do a lot of hand lettering and illustration. Everything that I create, I use my hands. It's not a lot of it is computer generated. And so this first piece up here, the Helen Keller quote that I did, it's actually chalk. I know it's kind of hard to tell that, but I actually removed the chalk background and then added a different textured background to it. And then I also do a lot of intricate detailed work. So the love piece is an example of that. That's a pen illustration with succulents.
How long does a piece like that take? Because if you look at it and just the intricate details, the little flowers, it's so perfect. Like, how long does that take you to put that together?
Well, it depends. A piece like that with the four letters, it took a couple of days to complete. And so it just depends on the actual size of the piece. For larger pieces, especially with chalk, a lot of it is the medium too. With chalk, it's going to take a little bit longer, of course, and then the size plays a lot into it as well. So.
And where do you find your inspiration for the text? Because obviously, with calligraphy, the huge part of that is the text in and of itself. So, we have, you said the Helen Keller quote, we have love, it's a little fun thing with ice cream here. Where do you get inspiration from?
Well, I've always loved quotes, and so whenever I hear a beautiful quote that really moves me, that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from. And I've just always had a fascination with quotes, and that piece over there is another one that I just fell in love with, where it's talking about the purpose of life. I just love really meaningful quotes, and that's normally where that I pull a lot of my inspiration from. I also love nature and flowers, so I always pull a lot of florals into my work.
And your favorite medium to do the calligraphy with? We have chalk here, we have paint, we have, is it pen, I take it? We have a little bit of everything, so.
Basically, well, I'm really known for chalk. I do a lot of chalk work, but really anything where that I can use my hands. I just love to keep my hands busy, my mind working constantly. But I think chalk and pen, those are my two favorites.
I have one other question, just because I'm extremely curious. Did you start when you were a young age? Like, have you always had a very steady hand? Because I'm fascinated with how perfect it is. I just keep coming back to just the detail.
Well, there is a lot of practice that's involved. I noticed at a really young age that I loved chalk. And I was that child the teacher had to keep away from the chalkboard because I would be doodling on the chalkboard. And I just loved creating beautiful letters, and really practicing my penmanship. That was always a goal, to get an A in my penmanship on my report card. And it was just always a fascination. It was just something that I always loved. I was very passionate about it, but I had no idea that you could make a living doing that until later in life, when I actually discovered that, hey, you know what? You can actually get paid to do this. So, but I've always loved that. But it does require a lot of dedication and practice, so.
Well, I'm sure you got that A in penmanship because your work is beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next time.